Welcome to our weekly broadcast of the African Treasures. Here we bring to you African arts, culture, and music. We also discuss issues of concern to people of the African descent in America, the Caribbean, South America, Africa, and all over the world. We invite you to come and see Africa in a positive light. So stay tuned and tell your friends to do the same.
Welcome to African Treasures. I'm Dr. Michael Okeke, your host. This episode of African Treasures is jointly produced by the Nigerian Television Authority and Canopy Corporation. We are on location today in the city of Albany, Georgia, at the office of Dr. Rex Ajayi, who is the founder and the medical director of the South Georgia Urology Clinic here in Albany. And welcome to African Treasures, sir.
Thank you.
Can you briefly introduce yourself, telling us where you were born and educated and all that?
Yes, I'm, as you said, Rex Ajayi, born in the now Edo state of Nigeria. Shortly after that, I was taken to Jos, where my parents actually resided. And before I started elementary school, I found myself in Oyo, which everyone knows is in the old western region. From there, I moved with my older brother to Ibadan. And from Ibadan to Oshogbo, he was a school teacher. He was always being transferred around.
Okay.
It was from Oshogbo that I was successful in getting admission to the King's College Lagos. Spent my high school there and went to University of Ibadan to read medicine. I was lucky to do the special BSc honors during my medical training, so I came out with MBBS and BSc degrees.
Okay.
And served my youth, my internship briefly at UCH and largely at Adeoyo, Ibadan, largely because UCH was slow in giving me a car, and I thought I had to ride a car.
As a young man?
As a young man. That was a big
thing.
Big thing.
Yeah.
So I left and went to Ihiala for the youth corps, where I was reluctant to go, but I became very happy under the tutelage of Dr. Chidume.
Why were you reluctant, if I may ask?
Well, in my own time, youth corps was very unpopular.
Okay.
You
just started?
We were the second set.
Okay. And
there were so many opportunities out there that going on youth corps was a diversion. It was a waste of a year, we thought. I'm told today people scrambled to go, but it was the opposite. Mm-hmm. And we got there, and Dr. Chidume, I was not too happy with him initially because I didn't want to be there. And I didn't want to see any of the nuns and all that. But eventually they turned out to...
It was a Catholic
hospital? Yes. Our Lady of Luz here.
Okay, here.
And they took me in and they treated me majestically.
You know, Ihiala is very close to my hometown.
Nnewi, yeah. I always went through Nnewi to Onitsha. And I went everywhere. I enjoyed the year tremendously. And on a professional level, Dr. Chidume, with his dexterity in surgery, somehow persuaded me to leave GYN alone, which is what I was going to do.
Right.
And I took on to surgery. And for the first time, I saw the prostate clearly. And that's why I became a urologist.
How did you end up in America? Or what motivated you to come to America? Really?
Very good. I had gone to Baptist Hospital in Ogbomoso to spend a week with my seniors who had just graduated and were doing internship there. And I lived with them. And I saw some young guy called Dr. Bell, young, barely 35, who was a surgeon there. And considering his age, I didn't think he knew anything. And when I saw the wonders he was performing, a lot of major operations that,
Was he a foreigner or was he a Nigerian?
He was an American.
Okay.
And the ease with which he did every kind of big surgery, I felt, U.S. is the place to go if you want to be a good surgeon.
Okay. And what year did you get to America?
I came in here in 1976.
Okay.
What we refer to as donkey years ago.
Well, tell me about it.
And I've been here since. I've made a lot of efforts to go back.
Okay.
But I came here and I trained in general surgery. I trained in kidney transplant surgery. Then I trained in pediatric urology and adult urology, all in preparation to teach in Nigeria.
Okay.
And things were beginning to break down by the time I finished my training, so I took up teaching at Columbia Medical School in New York.
In New York.
Preparing to go, buying stick shift cars and four-wheel and so forth. And things kept getting worse, and I decided to go into private practice.
I'm laughing because I did the same thing.
Yeah,
and I got here in the
most of us.
I got here in the 70s also.
Yeah, okay.
So you buy television, you buy one that you're going to use in Nigeria and home.
Everything.
You buy everything. You buy your car. It's supposed to be used in Nigeria and here, and you end up using it here and buying a new one.
Yeah, and it's not very good for here.
No. And how did you get into private practice to open up your own clinic?
Well, good question. When I was teaching, money was short. And knowing my background, like most Nigerians, there was a lot of demand, financial demand.
Right.
All I had was a lot of teaching slides and, working on papers and all that. And it was not impressive to my folks. When they want to hear from me is how much.
How much?
So eventually I had to go into private practice, partly in New York, but handling, teaching, and I wasn't doing very well. So I came fully.
Financially?
Yeah.
You mean?
So
I mean, not professional, of course.
Oh, professional was A1.
Yeah.
But like they said,
pay the bills.
Yeah, so is that what we're going to eat? My mother wanted, hey, your mates are building houses, your mates are doing this, your mates are doing that.
I know.
So.
But Ajayi, we are going to pause for a station break, and when we come back, we'll chat some more. So please stay tuned and don't go away. Welcome back again to African Treasures. If you missed this program, you can log on to our website and watch it. The website is www.africantreasurestv.com. You can view the show and view some other shows that we've done, more than 40 of them. You can view them 24/7 all over the world. We're in the city of Albany on location, and my guest is Dr. Rex Ajayi. Welcome again.
Thank you.
Dr. Ajayi, as Nigerians here, I don't care how long you've been here and how long... no, really. I think the longer you've been here, those of us who came here in the 70s still love to go back home and do something. Because the main reason why we came here was to come and get an education and go back home. People who are coming to America lately don't want anything to... They don't want to go back. But the love for Nigeria still lingers, no matter what kind of disappointment we have. So I want to ask you this, how can we, you have a very successful practice in this town, and we're going to go to the hospital and talk to some of the people who work with you there. And I want to ask you, how can we replicate your success here in Nigeria? Where do you see Nigeria in the level, in the field of urology, and how can we replicate your success?
Well, it's really very easy. Your environment is usually your creation.
Okay.
And your creation is a result of your thought process. So if we can correct our thought processes in Nigeria, we can easily have this. There are people who have 300 cars almost in Nigeria and don't have a place to go when they're sick. So it's how you think. And it's very simple. Over here, we put this foundation down. There was electricity. There was water.
Okay.
The contractors, the phone was working, and we got the place built. If we have the same thing in Nigeria, we'll do it. It's unfortunate that I am here, and a patient that just left came all the way from Warri in Delta to see me here.
In America?
In America, all the way in Albany, Georgia.
For treatment? For treatment.
That shouldn't be, because I could be there, and he could be there, and a lot of people die every year from prostate diseases. There are very few urologists, some in UCH, some in teaching hospital, but for 125 million people, we don't have urologists practically. This city here is only 150,000 people, and we're 8 urologists here, and we're all busy.
And a very big hospital.
Two huge hospitals,
exactly,
serving 150,000 people. That's the number of people you see on one street in Lagos. So all the urologists I know in Nigeria, they're probably less than 10. So we don't have urologists. And even the 10, they're not particularly happy.
Because?
No facilities. I asked one, my mentor, the one that encouraged me to come here, Dr. Esho, he said, can't do TURP because the light goes off halfway through the surgery, so I have to do the old-fashioned surgery. There's just so many things. But over here, yesterday I used about 4 different lasers. I have laser in my office here. Name it. There's nothing ultra-modern that this hospital in this small town doesn't have for me. I don't have to go to Harvard. Don't have to go to England. We have everything. Name it. MRI, PT, 2 or 3 in this small town.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Do you think maybe the urologists back home, do you think they're receiving adequate training in the universities, medical?
It depends. You know, the British system is different.
Okay.
British system, you do general surgery, and then if you pick an interest.
Okay.
So if you go and get the right training under the right person, you're well trained.
Okay.
But if you do general surgery and you don't get any further training, then you do on-the-job training. It might not be good enough. So the difference is over here, if you want to be a urologist, you spend 6 years learning urology before you are allowed to practice.
Okay.
So it's more consistent.
Now let me ask you this, because we're talking urology, but I don't know if everybody who will be viewing this in Nigeria understands what urology is. So briefly break it down and tell us briefly what urology is all about.
Basically,
for the benefit of our viewers.
It's surgery of your urinary system. Okay. You know, kidney, the bladder, prostate, and your genital organs. Of relevance is prostate cancer.
Okay.
There's so many people dying in Nigeria of prostate cancer. I lost 2 uncles. Then you have regular big prostate, which can block you and you cannot make your urine. I've also lost several people because somebody was trying to do surgery on them and they bled to death.
Oh, man.
So one of them was my mentor in King's College. He was a surgeon himself, and the surgeon operated on him and he died on the table.
Ooh.
Now I do 4 or 5 prostate every week here, and I've been doing it for about 20 years. Nobody has died. Nobody has been sick. Nobody. So I was trained in Nigeria. If I can do it, everybody can do it.
You think you might be able to help in, how do you think you can help Nigerian medicine in the field of urology? How do you think, because that's the key for this documentary.
It's a challenge to me.
How can we do it?
When you get to the hospital, you find that they will tell you, that has been my thrust.
Right.
I've begged almost everybody there to help me, and they are all willing to help. Because when you go,
everybody in the hospital here,
all the big shots you will see, they are willing to help, because I need facilities.
And what seems to be the problem?
Facilities. You know, you need constant power.
Okay.
You need supply of.
Can we get generators, electricity generators, to do this?
Yeah, you can get generators, which is what I use when I go.
Okay.
But then you need more than that.
Okay.
You need constant fibers for what you do, stents.
Right.
I mean, there's so many of these things that if you buy a handful and you go off there to start, you finish it. And then how do you get new ones?
You think the government can get in and help out?
The government has had all the opportunity to help since before I was born. So I think they're probably doing what they can. They have one hospital there, a national hospital. Everybody makes so much noise about it. 125 million people cannot go to one hospital in Abuja. So I don't think government is doing enough, considering what I see.
Have you made any efforts to go to Nigeria and do something?
I am doing that now.
You are?
Yes.
Okay.
I made a big effort one time, but then we had Abacha there, everybody ran away, including me.
Okay.
So now that things appear to be more civilized,
right.
As we speak, that's why all those people will talk to you, that they are all ready to go with me.
Okay. You know what? We're going to stop here for a little bit. We're going to go to the hospital, the Phoebe Putney Memorial Hospital.
That's right.
We're going to talk to some of your colleagues there and see what they can tell us about Dr. Ajayi.
I hope it's good.
He's very good. Please stay tuned. Don't go away. We're going to take a little trip to Phoebe Putney Memorial Hospital and chat with some of the doctors there and hospital officials who have worked with Dr. Ajayi for a little bit. I'm Dr. Michael Okeke, your host. We're still on location in the city of Albany at the Phoebe Putney Memorial Hospital, where Dr. Rex Ajayi has affiliation and privileges. And with me here is Mr.
Jim Hobson.
Mr. Jim Hobson, who is also the, what's your position, sir?
I'm the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer here at Phoebe Putney.
Okay. And Dr. Ajayi has affiliations with the hospital.
He does. Dr. Ajayi has privileges here at Phoebe Putney and has for quite some time.
Okay.
As he's practiced here in Albany for a number of years.
All right, all right. And what type of person do you think Dr. Ajayi is?
Oh, Dr. Ajayi is a wonderful person. He has been here for a number of years providing great care to a lot of people throughout, not just Albany, but throughout Southwest Georgia.
Okay.
Albany is sort of the medical hub, if you will, for about a 20-25 county region.
That's a big hospital.
It's a big hospital.
I'm surprised. I'm really impressed, really.
It is a large hospital and a large medical community here.
Okay.
And pretty much everything besides organ transplants.
And how do you see Dr. Ajayi professionally?
See Dr. Ajayi professionally as an integral part of the delivery system here in Albany. Again, providing quality urology services to a large part of the region of Southwest Georgia. And Dr. Ajayi is a key component to that particular service for our community.
Okay, sir. It's been a pleasure talking with you. We're just here doing some documentary on Dr. Ajayi, and this is going to be aired in Africa.
It's my pleasure. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. I'm Dr. Michael Okeke. We're still on location here in the city of Albany, Georgia, at the Phoebe Putney Memorial Hospital, and I'm here chatting with Dr. Murray.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to African Treasures.
Thank you.
Dr. Murray, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm an anesthesiologist. I'm a physician that puts patients to sleep and wakes patients up.
Okay.
I also have a subspecialty in pain medicine.
Okay.
I treat patients with chronic pain.
How long have you been affiliated with the Phoebe Putney Memorial Hospital?
25 years.
Okay. And you know we're here doing documentary on Dr. Rex Ajayi.
I do.
And this is going to be televised in Nigeria.
Good.
It's going to be viewed by more than 90 million viewers.
Wow.
In Nigeria and outside Nigeria. And what can you tell us about Dr. Ajayi?
Dr. Ajayi is a very close friend of mine.
Okay.
He's a very professional and very competent physician. We work together weekly in the operating room. I can remember when he first joined this hospital staff, and I was impressed from the beginning with his command of medical knowledge and his warmth as a human being. In this country, there are a lot of doctors that know about medicine but don't have the warmth and the human qualities that Dr. Ajayi has. And that has endeared him to all of the staff members here.
That's fabulous. And he's a Nigerian.
He is a Nigerian. But unfortunately, on this medical staff, we judge an individual by their skill and by their personal traits, not where they're from.
How do your patients or the community react to the fact that he's from Africa and he's a Nigerian and all that kind of stuff in a society where race is a very big issue?
I think the issue of race is much overplayed. Medicine for many years has been about taking care of people, not about the color of your skin.
Okay, glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. And are you an employee of the hospital?
I am not. I'm a physician in private practice.
Okay, and where's your practice? Here in Albany?
Here in Albany at this hospital.
Okay, are you from Albany?
I grew up in a small town 40 miles from here.
What's the name of it?
The name of the town is Ashburn, Georgia.
Ashburn, never heard of it.
5,000 people.
Dr. Murray, it's very nice to chat with you, and thank you for giving us a little time to chat with you.
My pleasure.
And keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And keep on working with Dr. Ajayi.
Oh, I look forward to that every day.
All right. Welcome back again to African Treasures. I'm Dr. Michael Okeke, your host. We're still on location in the city of Albany, Georgia, visiting with Dr. Rex Ajayi, the founder and the medical director of the South Georgia Urology Clinic. And welcome back again.
Thank you.
Well, we went to the hospital, we talked to some of your folks, and they seem to be very excited about you.
I don't know. Maybe I paid them.
No, you didn't. I don't think you can buy that type of testimony because their reputation is on the line. But can you tell us a little bit about your family? I mean, your wife.
I've been married. I left Nigeria 2 days after my wedding.
Wow.
And my first son.
What a honeymoon.
my first son was born in absentia, and he's here now. He's a young doctor.
Okay.
My daughter.
Urologist?
No, he's going to do urology. But
okay.
It's family.
Okay.
So daughter is the computer information systems, working in Atlanta.
Is it Laura?
Yeah, Lola.
I mean,
you met her.
Yeah, she's been on my show.
That's right.
Right.
And my third son.
Very beautiful young lady.
Yeah, thank you.
I see where
she looks like the mother.
Oh, yeah.
My second son is a laddie. He's pre-med also.
Okay.
And the last boy is still at home, and he's doing very well.
How old is he?
He's 16.
Okay.
He's always top of his class. He's an academician, really. He reads all the time.
And your wife?
My wife, she studied languages.
Okay.
She did 2 masters, one in French literature, one is French linguistics.
Oh, okay.
But when we came here, people don't speak French here. So she opened a bridal store and so forth. And so she helps me out here sometimes. Dr.
Ajayi, I want to let you know that I'm very grateful for letting us come to your office with a camera, and I hope when people see you on this show in Nigeria, some of them would like to contact you. I hope people in power and those that need your services may want to contact you, because we need to rebuild Nigeria. We need to develop our country. So we're going to check out now, and you take us to some of your offices here and talk to some of your employees and see what the guys are saying. Maybe see what they think about you.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
I hope they say the right things.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching. We're going to take a little trip and tour his office. Thank you. We had to chat with a patient of his. How are you, sir?
I'm doing quite well.
And what's your name?
My name is Horace Bowen, pastor of Shiloh Baptist Church, where I've served since 1959.
Okay.
46 years.
And you're a patient of Dr. Ajayi?
I am.
Okay, how long have you been a patient? Or how long has he been your doctor?
He's been my doctor maybe about 15 years, more or less.
Okay.
But a good doctor.
Thank you. We're glad to know that. And what do you have to say? What can you tell us about Dr. Ajayi besides being a good doctor?
Well, now, let me add, the good doctor, but a reliable doctor.
Okay.
He's one that does quality work. He does it in volume.
Okay.
He has a number of patients who admire his work because he meets the requirement and he does it fully.
Okay. I understand you just underwent surgery.
I've just undergone surgery with him and it was very satisfactory.
Okay. And you say you're a pastor?
I am.
And where's your church?
It's the Shiloh Baptist Church on the corner of Whitney and South Jefferson here in Albany, Georgia.
Okay. So I wish you a speedy recovery from your surgery, and thank you for being on African Treasures. And you're an employee. You work for Dr. Rex Ajayi. Okay, how long have you been working here?
4 years.
4 years. And what's your position?
I'm assistant office manager.
Assistant office manager. Okay, so what are your duties?
Checking out patients, taking care of billing,
Okay.
insurance, answering the phones, and anything else that comes along.
So you work with the front office, basically. That's good. And what are all these ladies? So what are their functions?
Well, we have 2 nurses here. They take care of our patients.
Okay.
And we have Heather here. She's a receptionist.
Okay.
She takes care of checking the patients in, making sure the charts get together, and sends them to the back for the nurses.
Okay. And how do you like working for Dr. Ajayi?
I love it.
Okay.
Love it.
Now, ma'am, what's your name?
Maddie Woodson.
Maddie Whitson. What's your responsibility here?
I'm one of the senior nurses here.
Okay. What are you doing to this young lady?
Right now I'm getting her vital signs, I'm taking her blood pressure and getting her temperature.
Okay. You draw blood too?
Yes, we do.
And when you draw blood, what do? You test the sample and stuff like that?
Well, no, we draw it and we prepare it to send to the hospital for an outside lab.
Okay. What do you do in this lab?
This is where we do our bladder studies, where a patient may come in who have frequency incontinence, slow urination, where we do the studies on their bladder to see their bladder activity.
And what do you use that machine for?
This is our ultrasound machine where we may test their bladder, see how full it is,
Yeah.
just to see where we're standing to see why the patient's not emptying completely.
Okay.
And we may also do kidney ultrasounds if they have hematuria, just to see what their kidneys look like.
The kidney will show, the picture of the kidney will show up on your screen.
Yes, sir, and it shows a full picture of both kidneys, right and left.
And what is going on here, sir?
We're actually doing a renal ultrasonography on a patient.
What does that mean?
This evaluates for renal stones, renal masses.
And what the patient that has a kidney problem has to undergo this to figure out where the stones are.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or to see if there's any swelling that's being obstructed by a kidney stone.
That's before surgery.
Before surgery.
Okay. And what's your name?
I am Nike Ajayi.
Okay, Ajayi. That sounds familiar. Are you married to Dr. Rex Ajayi?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So you manage the office?
I do.
Okay, so what are your functions here?
I make sure that the clinic is running smoothly.
Okay.
I coordinate all the different departments. I make sure they have enough supplies for the nursing department or the business aspect. I make sure the money comes in.
Money comes in. Okay. That's a very, very important aspect of the business.
That's very correct.
Okay. And how many employees do you have since you're the manager?
We have about, I would say, 8 members.
We've been going from one section to the other section, talking to quite a few of them.
Yes.
So I don't have a sense of how many there are.
We have 3 nurses, 2 front desk people, and then we have a physician assistant. We also have another physician that helps us with computer technology.
I think we just talked to him.
You just talked to him, Patrick? No.
From Nigeria.
From Nigeria.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Then we have about 4 cleaning crew that clean the office twice a week.
So that's more than 8.
Yes, that's more than 8.
I guess you forgot the cleaning crew.
I forgot the cleaning crew. And I didn't count the doctor and myself.
Right.
Thank you for watching, and please join us again next week at the same time as we continue to share with you the treasures of Africa.